Hello and welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Courtney Gruber from Tutorial Lectures by Courtney, and you're in Norfolk. And give us an overview. I had not heard of your company before, so give us an overview. What is Tutorial Lectures by Courtney?
Okay, Tutorial Lectures by Courtney. I put by Courtney at the end because it is my company. Tutorial Lectures by Courtney basically is me going around teaching children about finances. I have some type of strong need, some type of strong need to help society. I just don't help children. I do help everyone when it comes to their finances, but my company's demographics is to the children.
Okay, all right. Unfortunately, we could use you in Congress, teach them about finances. All right, so tell me about yourself. How did you get in this?
You know, about 10 years ago, I'm also a financial author. About 10 years ago, before I even graduated college, I ended up writing my first book and having it published.
Wow.
And it was funny because it was Stacking Pennies. It was a financial book, and my degree is in something different. So it's funny how I feel like God all uses us as different tools. We all have special gifts that we're just naturally born with, and mine was finances. So 10 years ago when I wrote the first book, I had no idea that 10 years later that I would actually have a financial company.
Wow. Okay, and that's the book you're holding there. Is that the first book?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to show that? And
yes.
It would be, to that camera.
This is the first book, Stacking Pennies.
Yeah, and
this is the second book, Stacking Dollars.
All right.
Yes, published first, published second.
Okay. All right, and then so these are both financial books, obviously, but
yes.
That led you into a financial company?
Yes.
Okay, and so what do you do as a financial company?
I go around and I teach people about finances.
Are just children?
Yes.
Okay.
With my company, just children. Now, like I said, because I'm an author, I have everyone who calls me, and I have lectured to everyone before in the past.
Right.
I worked with the United Way for about a year and a half.
Okay. Now, when you lecture to children, where do you teach children?
They normally call us, or we can call them and see if they would like for me to come in and give them a financial lecture. Organizations, anywhere where their kids. Would we go in and do a financial lecture?
Okay.
Church, organizations, schools.
Okay. I was going to ask you whether you're in the school system, working with school systems at all. So do you find kids are pretty responsive?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And it's certainly something they could use the rest of their life.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned your educational background was in something else.
Yes, completely.
Completely. Did you want to say what that was?
I actually have 3 degrees.
Oh, okay.
And one is in architectural drafting.
All right.
And the other one is in building construction technology. And I have one in computer-aided drafting design.
Wow.
Yes.
And none of the 3 of them worked out. Huh?
Well, you know what? I love my field. I do. But I also love my blessing that God has given me. And like I said, because it's my natural gift that God has given me, I love teaching people about being financially savvy. But how do I say this? I love teaching people somehow. So it's funny how we go from one extreme to the next. But
well, it's your passion.
Yes.
All right, so because I can tell you're so passionate about it, and that comes through. That's good, great, because you've got a company. You ought to be passionate about it. So have you done a lot of other press? I believe when we were talking, you mentioned you've been on radio. And okay, so this was a guest or something on talk shows, radio talk shows?
Yes, I was on 1270 AM, a show called Political Points. I was a guest speaker every Tuesday giving financial tips. I did that close to maybe 7 to 8 months. Right before I started the company, I did it.
Okay, and so what are some of the latest events that you...
I'm sorry, it's funny because you said press. I also did the Inside View in New York, in Manhattan, New York, a couple of years ago.
Okay. All right. So now you're on Hampton Roads Business Live. You hit the big time.
Yes.
I'm teasing with you. So what are some of the latest events that you have?
We just did an event about 2 months ago. And it was an event. It was called Run for Your Money. It was a youth-a-thon, and we were rallying, to just push financial literacy. So I loved it. But anything when it comes to finances, I'm loving it. Right. We had Congresswoman May Johnson come out. We also had City Councilwoman May Johnson. She came out to the event. So it was It was very successful. That was the latest.
And so when give me an example when you're teaching, if you can, a simple lesson that you're teaching kids, or how would you teach them?
Okay.
Just a short.
With candy.
With candy.
You have to bribe them.
Bribe them. All right, well, that'll work. So you for retaining the information, or for understanding the information, or for getting the answer right? Or
Well,
what?
actually, normally when I start off, it's funny because I just did a lecture on Wednesday. And I did a small workshop, so I will lecture first to the kids. And it really depends on how many people are in the audience. If it's a smaller group like it was on Wednesday, just this past Wednesday, then I can do a workshop and a lecture. I like doing that more because
Hands-on.
exactly, and children need hands-on.
Yeah.
They have to have hands-on. Plus, there's only a few ways that people learn. So I feel like if I don't know that child or that person individually, I can give them both ways that people learn. So it's a psychological game that I will
Right.
play so that I know that they will get it.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. So do you have anything upcoming?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Next Saturday, the 27th,
Okay.
we have another event.
Okay.
It's a neon bash. It's called Let's Glow.
All right.
Yes.
Let's Glow.
Yes, and we're rallying again. We're pushing financial literacy.
Okay. Where are these events held, or where is this event held?
This one is held at the Sherwood Forest Recreation Center in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay. All right. And now we talked about your books, and now you have sponsors for your classes and things?
No, I don't have sponsors for my classes. It'd be nice to have some. So if anyone would like to sponsor a class or donate for anything that we're doing.
Right. Because it sounds like you're offering a really, really neat service for kids and things, and it would be very informative to have you come in and teach a class like that in the schools or whatever. So, I didn't know whether they're paying you to do that, or whether it's a corporate thing where you're sponsored to do that, or what. I didn't ask you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I just didn't know.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's okay.
All right. I know that you mentioned a couple of things here. One is the Kids Club. You want to talk about that?
Yes. Well, I have my kids club, and we actually came up with the kids club, I think, 2013, December. So it hasn't been that long, but we created the kids club because like I said, I'm hands-on, and I like to. It's one thing when I'm able to go out and lecture to an audience of 500 to 1,000 people, but when I leave, I don't know what they actually retained. So it's exciting for me to actually be able to bring the kids back and actually see what they was able to retain.
Right.
And yes, I am an author, so people can buy the books after the lectures. So that gives me some hope, because they can't call me,
Right.
Or my staff, when we leave a lecture. But my kids club, we bring them in, and my youngest is 6. He's 6. Yeah. He's 6 years old.
Okay.
He's 6 years old, and he loves it. And it's funny because I'm teaching him more than what he's learning in school. So he's already so far more advanced, and that's the one thing that I want my kids club to get. I want them to be familiar with money. I don't want them to be terrified of money. So when they come in, they have the concepts, because a lot of adults, we get older and we get scared of money. So that's why I'm teaching them at a young age.
All right. Okay. Well, a lot of us are just scared of losing the money.
Yes.
Which can happen easily today. Okay. So what are your plans for the future? for your company? It sounds like, I mean, you had 3 degrees, didn't go that direction, went another direction, love what you do. You're an author. You got this company. I mean, what else is in the future?
You know, I love architecture. I love architectural drafting. I do, but I love blessing people more. You know, and being the CEO of your own company, you know, it's a good feeling. Would I trade it right now? No. Like I said, you know, God uses everybody as certain tools, and this is my tool. We all have natural gifts, and this one's mine. You know, hopefully I can get across this state, and like, because we're here in the Hampton Roads area, and yes, I have been up to New York, but I would like to travel more. And hopefully one day, as my books are internationally, I would
books are everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to be internationally helping students, and especially the poor countries like Dominican Republic, where they have no means they don't have too much of a means for anything. So that's my goal.
Okay. All right. And, well, was there anything that I didn't talk about that you wanted to mention before we ended this?
I can't think right now. It's Friday at 3 o'clock.
I know, it's been a long week. Well, that's great. So if you found this to be interesting and would like to have more information, you can contact Courtney at the number that's on the end of this video and at the bottom of this page, and also the website. And I'm sure that contact would be appreciated. So it was a pleasure having you in. It sounds like you've been really successful, books and company and everything. And so I appreciate you coming in, and I wish you a great deal of continued success.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.